we're back with yet another vehicle. This time, as you guys can see, it is a little bit different because we have a vehicle in for a full vehicle PPF job. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but we're going from a gloss white finish to a matte PPF, which is a satin finish. The hood is also done, and we will be doing the rest of the vehicle today. Yeah, just kind of wanted to share that with you guys. So for a full PPF job like this, you guys can see just the amount of disassembly you're gonna need to be doing on a vehicle. On these Model Ys, they have a plastic trim that goes around here. That needs to come off. The side cameras need to come off. The door trim is off. The window trim is off. The rear plastic trim is also off. And then finally, we have all the emblems off and the tail lights off as well. Okay, so why would you want to disassemble your vehicle like that? So the reason you want to do that is basically for ease of installation. So the problem that we've seen, especially for these Teslas, like for example on the rear, is that if you don't remove the rear tail lights, you're gonna have issues with fingers popping up right around the rear hatch where there's a very sharp curve, especially if you're gonna be doing one-piece rear hatch installations like we do here. We personally don't like seams, especially when you're dealing with matte PPF jobs, something like this. It shows like gloss highlights all over the car. So we personally don't like that, and our customers don't like it either. So this is kind of the way that we like to install on our vehicles here. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this vehicle, but more than that, I wanted to go ahead and cover the supplies in the shop, the cost that was involved in setting all this up. So if any of you guys are wanting to start a home business like ours, I just wanted to provide a guideline for you guys to do so. So a couple of things that I wanted to cover, I didn't cover in our last video, was a shop update. As you guys can see, we have a bunch of equipment here, including polishers, our films, our detailing supplies, and as you guys can see, this vehicle is actually up in the air using an EV-specific 6000 ELX Quickjack system. So I'm actually going to be covering all of those items in this video, guys, and also covering an update on the traffic and the amount of customers and sales we've been having out of this space. And so I can share that with you guys. So let's go. Okay guys, so without much to further ado, let's go ahead and get started on all the cost of running this business. So I would say the number one cost for this business is definitely film. So we have our Steck Dino Shield paint protection film, which is the main PPF that we use for all of our PPF jobs. We do have a friend that helps us out with plotting, so it helps us save us a ton of time. Because if you were to do a bulk installation, which we do know how to do and have done before, it just takes a lot longer. So the name of the game is to be efficient and have your installations look absolutely clean and flawless like this one. So you guys can go ahead and see. All the edges look good. And no lifting, no fingers, and things like that. So I'm just gonna jump right into the nitty gritty. A lot of guys do not want to go over this or the cost of all this because I'll be really honest with you guys, paint protection film is very cost prohibitive if you're a rookie and just trying to get into the game. So first of all, you can't just go out and buy this. That's rule number one. So the first thing that you're gonna have to pay for is a training class. So the training class allows you to get certified for any specific film. It could be XPEL, it could be Steck, it could be 3M, you name it. There are everyone that will do it. There are companies that will just sell it to you, but I don't really trust them. They don't have the brand appeal with customers, so I do recommend staying with one of the more popular brands that are out there, at least in your neck of the woods. Okay, so the standard Steck Dino Shield gloss film, which comes in 60-inch by 50 feet roll. So if you guys are in the vinyl wrapping game, you guys do know that is kind of an odd cut because
I believe vinyl gets like 75 feet for their roll because they're doing a lot more bulk installation on their wraps and stuff like that. So that will, I would say, one roll would do about, if you're efficient with a plotter, it will do maybe 2 of these. And then if you are bulking it, then it will definitely take about 3/4 of a roll to finish one of these cars. So back to the cost, you're looking at about $1,200 for a roll of gloss film. And then you are looking at about $1,300 to $1,400 for a roll of matte film. So that's just a thing to keep in mind on each vehicle. That's, you know, pretty much your cost minimum if you're doing a full vehicle like this. Minimum is going to be somewhere in the $1,400 range. Okay, and then the next big item that we sell a lot of here, guys, is our window tint. So our Lumar window tint, we carry the Air 80. I have been experimenting with other brands, so just letting you guys know that we are trying out XPEL. I love their tint. I love how it shrinks, and our customers also like the brand name. Lumar and XPEL, I would say, is pretty much on par with each other, and pricing wise, they are about the same. So we'll go ahead and go over that real quick. Okay, so if you guys see these are 40-inch by 100-foot rolls of tint. We just finished our Air 80, which we bought in a 60-inch roll. If you guys are not doing Model X windshields and things like that all day long, then I don't recommend going with the 60. We wasted a ton of film and I just had to scrap it and throw it away. Not only that, but the 60-inch is about $400 more expensive. So that's something to keep in mind when you guys are starting up this business, because you're not going to just be able to carry one shade of tint. So as you guys can see, we pretty much stick with 40-inch rolls here because it seems to be the most versatile for the shop. We do carry, as you guys can see, 5 shades here. Actually 6 shades including our windshield film. But this is something to consider your cost. So each roll is $848, guys. So that's 848, 848, 848, 848, and 848. Now, Eastman Films, which is the owner, parent company of Lumar, does have a buy-in. I believe it's $2,800. So you're gonna have to pick up a few shades anyways when you're getting started. But yeah, it's something to keep in mind. So there is a slight cost to buying in and having a brand name like Lumar at your shop, even at a home garage like this. Alright guys, the next one that's been a very popular service is windshield protection film. So we have been playing around with 2 different brands. One is a brand from Korea called Ultrafit. They have a film called Windcrest windshield protection film. It's a really, really nice, hard, clear top coat that I really like. It feels like the wipers like to glide over it better than any other film that we've used. However, it's incredibly difficult to shrink. So I do not have confidence shrinking this film on this car, because this is one of the most difficult cars to shrink on the market, because you have an insanely weird curve right here, guys, as well as right there. And the film likes to bunch up, and the problem with it is, you know, if you guys are window tinters or windshield protection film installers, you do know that these Teslas like to crease right there at the corners. So that's something to keep in mind. We have found better luck with Clearplex's. This is a film from Matico, Clearplex's new nano ceramic line. So a good thing about this film is it's actually has a 70% VLT tint, nano ceramic tint built in. So a lot of our customers can opt to not even install the windshield tint if they go with this option. So this is a lot easier to shrink. However, it's been a lot more expensive. We're trying out a 25-foot roll here, guys, but the cost of a 100-foot roll of that product is $2,300. The Ultra Fit Windcrest, that film, you're looking at about $1,700 for the roll of 100 feet. So again, some cost to keep in mind, and I'm gonna keep going through it. Alright, so we wanted to cover these tanks. I don't know if you guys know what these are, but these are our spray tanks. We basically use it for everything that's in our shop, and we don't just have one of these, or I'm sorry, two of these. We have all these as well. We have electric sprayers, pump sprayers, electric sprayers, steamers, all of this stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and put in the link so you guys can purchase it, but we use it for our paint protection film install, guys. So a lot of it we use to hold our tack solution. We also use those sprayers for our tint slip solution. So as long as you just change what the solution is inside, it's been working really good on being a versatile tool in the shop here. The next thing that I wanted to cover was basically some of the costs of the shop. We were continuing that while we're doing the 2023 Tesla Model Y in the matte PPF job. But yeah, we're actually wanting to continue with this because for a full color change job, you need tools like this. That's right, guys. So what we have here is the Quickjack. This is the 6000 ELX model. It is designed specifically for EVs. EVs have the jack points very spread far apart, so normal jack stands won't work for these Teslas. So this has been a huge time saver for us, especially when you're doing full vehicle jobs like this. You do have to remove the bumper to do a really good job and to get full coverage. So yeah, I just wanted to share with you guys. I will go ahead and put in the description where you guys can go ahead and order your Quickjack, as well as the cost is going to be all in this video, so you guys can make sure that if this is a business for you guys, you know what you're getting yourself into. All right, guys, let's move on. Okay, so we did talk about the water, but we didn't talk about all the other detailing supplies that you guys have seen here. I am going to go ahead and put a link in the description where I got all of this stuff, so you guys can go ahead and get this as well. But you know, obviously we have our AR630 TSS pressure washer. This is an AR blue pressure washer. It is a commercial unit, so it is completely rebuildable. And I think that's very good, especially guys that are using it for a commercial purpose like us. So you are using this day in, day out for car washes, and we probably wash a good 5 to probably 6 cars a week. Then you have your little detail guards. These are not that expensive, but I'll also go ahead and put these in the link. I have one hanger that fell off, as you guys can see, so one is resting on the shelf. We also have our trusty foam cannon. We have 2 of these in case we are using this for another purpose. We also have our trusty Ego blower. So this is really good for doing touchless drying on the vehicle. We are always polishing out vehicles, but we don't want to induce any new scratches because it just makes more work for us. And then this thing is super loud, so I have this headphone or this earphone here, or earmuff here, basically to block out that noise, because otherwise that is piercing your eardrum. We got lots of bottle. We have our waterless wash. Shout out to Matt Mormon over at Obsessed Garage. I really like these bottles. I hate these triggers though. I probably will upgrade to the commercial head or a different spray system altogether, because yeah, it looks pretty, but yeah, it just does not work well in practice, especially when you're using stuff like this wheel cleaner, which is a Koch Chemie wheel cleaner, the Magic wheel cleaner, which is very thick and gel-like. So it really clogs up that nozzle, and it makes it really difficult to use. But we have basically all of the stuff that you guys normally would need. We have our iron remover, waterless wash, rust inhibitor, plastic dressing, glass cleaner, paint sealant. This is our lovely Koch Chemie paint sealant, and I love this stuff. We have our APC. We have our tar remover. We have our drying aid, rinseless wash, interior cleaner, tire cleaner, wheel cleaner, and then tire dressing. And then assorted brushes are many buckets for doing multiple bucket washes, so we keep the grit off your paint. Okay, then we have our series of polishers that we use to polish all the vehicles and get them free of swirls and scratches. A lot of this is really more for the ceramic coating customers, because you need to have it completely free of swirls and scratches. Otherwise, you're going to lock that in with that hard coating. For PPF, I'll be really honest with you guys, the adhesive on PPF hides all those swirls and scratches. So that's up to you if you want it looking perfect under the film, or if you just want to go ahead and cover it up with a PPF. So mind you, the paint correction process is really what takes a long time. It takes, on a minimum, I would say, on any car, whether it's brand new from the dealership or not, it takes about 4 hours. That's a bare minimum on any paint correction jobs. But yeah, I'll go ahead and put the cost of all this. We have our Flex XCE 18.0-EC. This is a cordless 5-inch force rotation polisher. And I really like it because it powers through and it doesn't stall, and it gives me all the control I need for a lot of the kind of mid-angled panels and stuff like that. Then we have our big boys. We have our both two Rupes 21mm throw 6-inch polishers. So these are the Bigfoot series polishers. You guys all know this. These are great brands. Has a lot of power, and it's great for when you're doing big sections like hoods and stuff like that. So we definitely use it all the time for Tesla hoods, because you can knock down that whole Tesla hood in a matter of minutes. So, and then we have a couple of new additions. This is our HLR 75 from Rupes, guys. You guys can see that. And this is a badass 3-inch polisher, cordless as well. And with the new hybrid battery technology, it really has a lot of power, and it gets the job done. And I love using it for specifically for tight areas like this, when you're polishing out here, you know, small sections like this, that where a 3-inch is absolutely perfect for that job. So we really like this. I'll go ahead and put the cost of this in the video as well. So if you guys want to purchase this, I'll put it in the link in the description. Then we have our little guy. Right now, I have this bad boy set up with our little 1-inch backing pad. And this is for, you know, those intricate detailing areas, intricate polishing steps. I really like it for sanding as well. A lot of guys don't use this polisher for sanding, but it actually worked really well for a lot of spot sanding jobs. So I'll go ahead and put this link in the description as well. And then we can't forget, you know, the polishes and the compounds and all those chemicals when we're mentioning polishers. So this is my array of compounds and polishes. I have a host of products for your glass, for your paint, and whatnot. So yeah, I just have a few different ones on display here. I have more in storage, but these are kind of what I use. I use a lot of the Koch Chemie polishes and compounds because for me, it just works really well and it works really fast. So I've used a lot of the Rupes products and Meguiar's products. So Meguiar's products is really meant for rotary guys. So for dual action, it's not optimized and things like that, quite like the Rupes and the Koch Chemie products are. So yeah, I just wanted to share with you guys. I'll go ahead and put these items, also the links in the description for you guys to purchase. Okay guys, another crucial part of the business, ceramic coating. So we are an official Art to Shine dealer. We're a pro installer, so we get access to specific coatings that the general public doesn't get because the application process is a lot more tricky. Yeah, we leave it up to the pros, but I did also use G-Technic. I did also use Diamond, ProTech, and a lot of other brands that I've tried them out. I've tried Fireball, which is another pro-only brand. But I just wanted to go ahead and share the cost with you guys. I'll go ahead and put it in the video somewhere over there, and we'll go ahead and talk about that. But generally, a coating, a bottle like this, guys, is gonna run you about $250. It will do 3 cars, and you guys can kind of do the math on the amount of paint correction you need to get the car in the state, and that is really how we charge our customers. And then we have an assortment of fluids and, you know, special chemicals. Some of this is paint protection film installation gels. For the FlexiShield, guys, as I mentioned, it's very high tack. So this is actually a tack reducer. Things like this cost money. We have our clay bars. We have all of our chemicals in here. I'm gonna go ahead and put all the links in the description because this is just too much to cover by mouth. And so, you know, I'll go ahead and let you guys decide what you need for your business. But all of the chemicals that you guys see in the bottles over, yeah, all of the chemicals you guys see in the bottles over there, right over there, guys, are from those larger containers. And this actually saves a ton of money. And I think this is recommended for any guys that are doing this commercially and not really doing this more as a hobby. So those are all the larger bottles that we use. Again, I'll put all all the items and the links in the description, and you guys can see what you need. Okay guys, so what you guys see here are IR heaters, paint curing lamps. I have 2 of these and we use them all the time to cure ceramic coatings and things like that. I also have, let me go ahead and show you guys, this small handheld IR heater, and this is actually used for the FlexiShield jobs to evenly heat some films. Some films are very, very finicky on how they work and how they like to be heated. Some don't like to be directly heated with heat guns, so we do use this from time to time for installations as well. So I'll go ahead and put the link in the description for you guys as well on this one. And then of course we have your trusty heat guns. These are not anything special. We just bought these at Home Depot. I believe this blue one is kind of nice, but it's really, really old. So, you know, nothing special on heat guns. We do use torches from time to time, but not quite, because I've had too many bad incidents with torches. So yeah, these are also, you know, not going to be in the description. These are so old that you can probably find any heat gun at your local Home Depot or Harbor Freight. And then of course guys, we have your towels. We have tons and tons of shop towels. Normally this whole thing is filled too, but we just finished up a service of cars. So, you know, we have them here ready to wash. So yeah, that's just probably hundreds of dollars just in microfiber towels. Yeah, but highly necessary for the job. Okay guys, and I'm gonna finally leave off with this. This is our shop management system. This is Shop Monkey. This is actually how I send all my estimates to my customer. I have all my services as canned services, broken down by part, by labor. If I use a subcontractor, I have it broken down by that as well. But you guys can also see that calendar is filled with schedules of customers that have booked authorized appointments. Yeah, so this is actually the brain of my whole shop. This is a $250 a month for you guys just wanting to know, but it is just the cost of business. So this is something that I use. I also use bookkeeping from a bookkeeper. That's another $500 a month that it goes out just purely for bookkeeping, because I'll be really honest with you guys, the first year I ran this business, I kind of screwed it up and my books were all messed up. I thought I made a ton of money, and at the end, I actually broke even. So let this be a lesson to you guys. Don't skimp out on your professional services such as legal, your accounting, and whatnot. So that, in a nutshell, guys, was basically how this business came to be, what it cost to get it all started, and I'm sure I'm leaving out a few things, but all in all, I just wanted to let you guys know I'm about $60,000 into this whole venture, but you know, it's really developed basically a mechanism for me to make money at home, and I thought that was very, very important to establish early on. So I thought that this video would be really interesting for some of you guys. I know there are some things I might have left out for the most part, but I try to cover it as much as I can. But if you guys have any questions about, you know, running a PPF business, a vinyl wrap business, a window tint business out of your home garage, feel free to shoot me a message anytime. Thank you guys.